excited you guys are here. That sounded like a lot of people, but I can't see any of you. But you sound excited, which is great, because you didn't have to be here. There's comedy on Netflix. I don't know if you know that, but you also have that option. So take that with you. That's for me for free. So I love Netflix. I've had Netflix for 11 years. It is the longest and most significant relationship I've ever been in. It's a little weird right now, I'm not going to lie to you, because my Netflix account just found out I'm black, and if I'm being completely honest, it's not handling it. So, first of all, you guys knew, right? Just so we're clear, it's faster. I saw a thumbs up. Fantastic. So, another fun fact for you all to take with you. Your Netflix learns about who you are based on the things you watch and what it thinks about those things. So when I first got Netflix, it was because I was a film student, and they were like, 20 people can watch a VHS tape in 3 days, right? They can't. So I solved that for myself, which meant I was watching a lot of things 70-year-old white guys thought were good. Ken Burns documentaries, black and white movies, a lot of stuff like that. So that's what it thought I was for a really long time. And then once they got streaming, then I watched pretty much every cartoon they have, because I love cartoons no matter who they're for. So I think someone at Netflix was probably like, good for that 70-year-old man who took in that 12-year-old boy who is not monitoring his screen. So that's basically what I thought Netflix thought of me. And then once I learned that it learns about you based on what you watch, I was like, let me teach it a little bit about myself. Shonda Rhimes says you should teach people how to treat you, and she's black, so it felt like really good advice for this particular situation. So I started by looking at what they had and trying to pick things that I thought would say Netflix would know exactly what was going on. So I started with The Boondocks, which is an Adult Swim cartoon. If you haven't seen it, the best way for me to explain it to you is that they had voice appearances by Samuel L. Jackson and Charlie Murphy as white people. So that's how it worked. So I watched all of that, but it didn't really get that. It responded to me watching The Boondocks the way your least woke friend would respond. It was like, well, it's a cartoon, but like, so what if it's black? I don't really care. So it didn't help, didn't change my recommendations. Netflix just wasn't really having that. So my next step was to do Real Husbands of Hollywood, which is a show on BET, a lot of black men on it. Like, there's no mistaking it that time, right? Wrong, because Kevin Hart's in it, and white people fucking love it. So that wasn't really doing it for me either. So finally it came down to the day where I was going to make the big statement, and it was Black Friday for 2 reasons. 1, wordplay, awesome. But 2, that was the biggest decision that I realized had to be made. So on Black Friday this past year, Gilmore Girls, the new season came out, which is the whitest show on the face of the earth, and Michael Che Matters, Michael Che's new special. Now, Michael Che has a contentious relationship with black people, or with white people, I'm sorry, and I can't tell if that's because he's really willing to talk about race and doesn't really care what other people think, or because he gets to sit so close to Colin Jost every week. I really don't know. But whatever it was, that was the decision. Gilmore Girls, Michael Che Matters. And Netflix was going to get to know me based on what I picked. Not only did I watch Michael Che Matters, I watched it more than once, and then I watched Richard Pryor live in concert and Eddie Murphy Delirious. We were not messing around. So I needed it to know what I was about. But now that it knows that, it's overcorrected. We're too far along. So every Tyler Perry movie it wants me to know about. You all have no idea how many movies Curtis 50 Cent Jackson is in, but I can watch all of them right now if I wanted to. They're all there for me. And like any well-meaning white person, it really, really wants me to watch 13th. No matter what I watch, it's like, you should watch this next. And I was like, I see what you're doing. So now I'm left with the situation where our relationship has been one way for a really long time, and now it's different. And I know if I was talking to any of my friends about it, they would say, you can go out and find new people, don't worry about it. Like, it's not a good fit, just move on. But I'm not sure I like all my options, like Amazon Prime or HBO Now, which just feels like the tank top or the fish holding of the streaming world. Going too big, I'm not sure I'm into it. So I want to try those things out, but you get like a week or a month to try them, and all of a sudden, boom, you're in a relationship. I've been in one for a long time. I want more time to figure these things out. I can buy a mattress and have 100 days to figure it out, but I have to decide if I want HBO in 7 days or I don't get another option. And I really don't understand why that's the case. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do, but I'm a little bit worried. I just feel like even if I cancel it and decide we're making the break, it needed to happen, I'm going to find myself one night a little bored, lonely, maybe a little bit vulnerable, and then I'll end up in the customer support, just trying to figure out what I want to say to it, and then just fire off that text that nobody ever wants to send.
Are you still watching?
That's it for me. Thanks, everybody.